one thing I wanted to move on to is that point about identity. Yes, we're carers through and through, but there are moments where, frankly, where our work identity needs to be be
Mhm.
be the primary one. And I have come across carers, and probably myself, where it's sort of all encompassing. And so people think of you first as a carer rather than as a teacher, business
Mhm.
professional, coach, executives. So how do you channel all the strengths you've talked about whilst also not over disclosing or effectively saying, I'm the carer, and by the way, I do a little bit of work on the side? Because I have come across people who do that, and you think, okay, I get that you're a carer, but today in this meeting, in this conversation, this day, we're really focusing on this particular task, and it becomes too much. Any advice for somebody who feels that way about themselves or perhaps knows somebody?
It's a great question. It's a big question. I think I've always prided myself on giving everything that I had available to give in a role. So if my
Mm,
caring responsibilities left me quite depleted, and something you will know this, sometimes you've done a full day's work before you arrive in your workplace as a
mm,
carer. If I've only got 30% to give, then I give every single percent of that 30%, which means that I've given 100% of what I had available on that day. And I think just being yourself, being good in your position, being good at your job, showing how important that is to you. And also, then, when you do build those relationships outside of a purely work based one and you're having those conversations about family, often I've dropped into conversation the fact that I've got to get home because my son's actually disabled and I need to get home for him. And people will say, oh my, I would have never guessed. I would have never
mm.
known. And so I lead with who I am, and I lead with what I'm passionate about in the workplace. I lead with my values. And then at times it will become apparent to people that those values have been forged through the
Yeah,
fires of the
yeah.
caring journey.